I welcome you all in the next video tutorial of pharmacognosy and phytochemistry 2. So we have started unit number 3, that is the isolation, identification and the analysis of the phytoconstituents, in which we have covered the menthol. So in this video tutorial we are going to cover an important phytoconstituent, that is the citral. So let's start. So citral is a chemical compound, or you can say the phytoconstituent. It is obtained from different type of plants and it predominantly found in the Rutaceae family. So let's see some of the plants that includes lemongrass. So lemongrass is very commonly found plant. It is the known as the Cymbopogon flexosus, or another species is there, Cymbopogon martini, citratus are there, different type of species are there. Just here, Cymbopogon martini. This is a lemongrass. Here you can see the photograph of lemongrass, and also found in the lemon nimbu, that is the Citrus limonis, and orange santra, that is the Citrus aurantium, and they all belong to the family of Rutaceae. So what happened? Citrus is obtained from a natural source and it is basically a mixture of two geometrical isomers, geraniol and neryl. Here is representation of the structure. This is the structure of the neryl and this is the geraniol. And yes, it is a terpenoid. So if we talk about the isolation, because we have already covered this point, that as this contains volatile oil, the preferred method for extraction of the oil is the hydrodistillation. So first of all, in case of lemongrass, if we are using the lemongrass, then the fresh plant material, I also explained that we have used the fresh plant material for the isolation of the essential oils, is hydrodistilled to obtain lemongrass oil. So first of all, we will use a Clevenger apparatus for the hydrodistillation purpose. So here is a description of the Clevenger apparatus. This is used for the lighter oil. This is used for the heavy oils like clove oil. Okay, some of the oils are heavier than water like clove oil, but most of them are lighter than water. They have less density. Okay, for which we will use this type of Clevenger's apparatus. And if we are using the citrus fruit, then which will be the most preferred method of extraction? Yes, by Écoulé or expression method. So this type of apparatus is used in the Écoulé method. What happen? In case of citrus, the oil is present in the citrus rind. So suppose this is the orange. So where is the volatile oil present in the orange? Yes, in this part, that is the chilka, that is known as the rind. Okay, so in this part oil is present. So we will use this type of instrument that will have a pointed projections. So it has a very sharp pointed projection. So what this pointed projection will do, it will rupture the oil glands present in the rind and the volatile oil is collected in this tube. Okay, so generally we use this method that is known as the Écoulé, ECUELLE. Always remember this point. So after the extraction of oil, second step is to go for the fractional distillation. So the fractional distillation of oil gives the low boiling component containing the higher citral content, and this is the reason that is explained here. Citral has a low boiling point, therefore it is not hydrodistilled due to the risk of degradation. That's why the fractional distillation of the oil gives the low boiling component, that is the citral. So we can say that fractional crystallization is a suitable method for the purification of the citral. So first of all, we will apply the fractional distillation and then we will go for the fractional crystallization for the purification purpose. So let me explain a bit. Suppose this is the oil that you obtain. Suppose this is marked with the pale yellow. Suppose this is the oil that you have to obtain. You have applied the Clevenger apparatus and this oil is obtained. Now please tell me, or listen to me very carefully, what is present in this oil? Is it a pure compound? No. What is this oil? Yes, this oil is a mixture of complex phytoconstituents, or we can say this is a mixture of terpenes. Yes, it contains, suppose in case of lemon, it contains limonene, and also contains citral as well as other components. So we can say that this oil is what? This is a mixture of complex terpenes or terpenoids. So we have to apply a purification method for the isolation of particular compound. Suppose in case of citral, we will go for the fractional crystallization. And before that, we have to adopt a process of fractional distillation. Okay, suppose, again I am repeating, this is, suppose this is oil obtained from the eucalyptus. So we cannot say that this is a pure compound. Yes, this is a mixture of complex phytoconstituent. So suppose if we have to isolate a single compound, then yes, we have to adopt a particular purification step. Only then a single compound can be isolated. Remember this point. Let's talk about the properties of the lemon grass oil. That is the lemongrass oil. You can consider it one. The color is the yellowish brown to liquid, whereas the lemon peel is the pale yellow color. It had a specific gravity, a particular, and you basically don't have to remember this, but at least do one thing. Just go by once of this table and try to recall at least 2 to 3 things from this. And it has a refractive index in case of the lemongrass oil 1.4808 to 1.4868, where it is quite less in the lemon peel oil. So let's talk about its identification now. So yes, again the TLC method is explained here. So I request you to watch the procedure of TLC, and we know for the chromatography we need 2 things: stationary phase and the mobile phase. So what is the stationary phase in the TLC? Just silica gel G is used. And what is the mobile phase in case of this plant? That is the citral. So, which is the mobile phase? Pure chloroform. And detecting reagent is 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine reagent. What is the detecting reagent? 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. And what is the RF value of the citral? It is 0.51. When it is 0.51, when we use this stationary phase and this mobile phase, it may vary depending upon the stationary phase or mobile phase. It may vary. We cannot say that yes, it has only 0.51 RF value. No, it may vary. How it vary? When we change our mobile phase, or we can say that stationary phase. Yes, it shows a color spot, that is the yellow to orange in color. And we know there is in this book there is one important use of citral is given. Citral is very useful for the synthesis of vitamin A. And we know in the synthesis of vitamin A, one starting material, or you can say precursor, is used. That is the beta alanine. So beta alanine is synthesized from citral, and then vitamin A is formed or synthesized. Okay, so I think this is clear. So in this book there is no analysis is given. So let's see the analysis part also. So I hope you remember about the analysis of the volatile oil. We generally use the method of, yes, gas chromatography. So if I type in the Google analysis of the citral, so let's see the results. So it mostly shown the different type of the chromatographic approaches. So you have to just write few points or few lines about the analysis also, because in our syllabus we have also the analysis of the phytoconstituents. Okay, like in case of menthol we have discussed about the gas chromatography. In case of citral also we will see which type of analytical technique is going to use. So here it is. This is a spectra of the GCMS, that is the gas chromatography coupled with the mass spectroscopy. This will give a graph of the citral, and we can easily determine the citral in a particular type of sample. Suppose this is an article, that is the estimation of citral in the lemon oil by the gas liquid chromatography. So with the help of gas chromatography coupled with the liquid chromatography, using a capillary column, we can easily estimate the amount of the citral present in the particular sample. So in the last, I acknowledge all the sources I have used to prepare this video. So thank you for your patience in listening. See you in the next lecture.